Details about the shooting at an Illinois 4th of July parade. Investigators now say the gunman traveled to the Madison area shortly after the attack.
It's hard to even describe. I think that so much of this is just not settled in yet.
Plus, we hear from a former News 3 Now reporter who was at the parade with his family when gunfire broke out.
And the filibuster continues to be front and center, leading policy debates. Political reporter Will Keneally breaks down how Wisconsin's future political leaders could change that. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. A heat advisory in effect right now for southern Wisconsin.
And now we're also under a severe thunderstorm watch. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is here now with the latest. Dana?
It is hot and humid and stormy outside currently. I can hear rumbles of thunder off in the distance. Sky's starting to get a little darker for us. In fact, now we do have that severe thunderstorm watch until midnight for Dane County and areas south and areas to the west. That's where that line of storms is starting to form right along a frontal boundary stretching from Lone Rock all the way through Janesville. This is a leading line in front of what is a much stronger system right now starting to move into the northwestern corner of Iowa, where they have several warnings in effect, severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings extending from the very southwestern corner of Minnesota into Iowa. This leading line bringing a lot of lightning along with it and the possibility for some stronger wind gusts. It's forming in an area that's quite warm and quite humid. Temperatures close to 90 right now with dew points in the upper 70s. We are under a heat advisory as heat index readings are still close to 100. That goes until 8 o'clock. The focus now for us this evening as the heat starts to taper off is that storm chance building in. We'll time out what we are expecting for the rest of this evening in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. You can stay up to date on the latest weather on our First Warn Forecast Weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
We do believe Cremo pre-planned this attack for several weeks. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire on the innocent Independence Day celebration goers.
Well, we are learning new details in the Highland Park parade shooting that happened north of Chicago yesterday. Today, police revealed how the 21-year-old gunman carried out his attack. And breaking within the last half hour, police have confirmed the alleged gunman traveled to the Madison area following the shooting. Robert Cremo III allegedly fled the scene, drove to the Madison area, then back to Illinois, where he was later arrested.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes declined to comment on the news in an interview with News 3 Now today, but his blog said the FBI reached out to area law enforcement about the incident.
We've also learned a 7th person has died as a result of their injuries. Flags were ordered at half-staff today in honor of the now 7 victims and more than 30 others who suffered gunshot wounds.
Investigators say Cremo fired off at least 70 rounds of ammunition from a high-powered rifle that he legally obtained. Police say Cremo used a fire escape ladder to get to the roof of a building where he carried out the shooting. Investigators today released this image of Cremo dressed in women's clothing. They believe he used the disguise to better blend in with the crowd before and after the attack.
Investigators do believe he did this to conceal his facial tattoos and his identity and help him during the escape with the other people who were fleeing the chaos. Following the attack, Cremo exited the roof. He dropped his rifle and he blended in with the crowd.
Officials say Cremo then walked to his mother's home and drove away in her vehicle. He was apprehended about 9 hours later during a traffic stop. Police say they found another rifle in his car and more legal firearms at his home in a nearby town. Investigators are still trying to piece together the motive for the attack. Right now, they're looking through videos of the shooting and Cremo's social media accounts. And they also believe the gunman acted alone and the victims were chosen at random. Those victims range in age from 8 to 85. You can follow along as we learn the latest in the shooting. Look for updates on channel3000.com and on our news app.
We have seen this now all too often, especially this year. The list of towns' names grows.
Buffalo, New York, Uvalde, Texas, and now Highland Park, Illinois. Our Brad Hamilton spoke with a former News 3 reporter who was at yesterday's parade, and Brad joins us now with his message message tonight. Brad?
Well, Brad Champson says that he heard the sound of gunfire and saw people running for their lives. With his wife and his 3 young children with him, Brad says that his family was fortunate to make it to safety, hiding in the back of a shop while a shooter killed 7 people just a block away. Brad says this kind of moment is something you can't be ready for. You may read about it online or see it in the news, but what happened yesterday will haunt Brad for the rest of his life.
It's going to take time. We will heal, and we'll get through this. But right now, there's no answer. There's no way to make sense of it. There's no way to try to explain to my kids why somebody did this.
Brad says the Highland Park community is about as close-knit as it comes, and this 4th of July parade was something that really everyone was looking forward to. He can't make sense of this tragedy and just can't imagine what it's been like for the families who did lose a loved one yesterday. Coming up at 6, we're going to share more of Brad's story and the message to all of us tonight.
Our thoughts with Brad and his family. Brad Hamilton, thank you for that report. The mayor of Akron, Ohio, has now declared a state of emergency as protests continue across the city. Protesters say recently released police body cam video fails to explain why 8 officers opened fire on a young unarmed black man more than 60 times. Now, we want to warn you, some of this video is disturbing. Demonstrators are now demanding the Justice Department investigate the police department's culture and policies. The mayor declared a state of emergency and a curfew for the city. Businesses have also boarded up windows in anticipation of violent unrest. 25-year-old Jalen Walker was gunned down last week. Now, officers say Walker fired a round and fled his car after they tried to pull him over for an unspecified traffic violation.
I'm angry, I'm pissed off, I'm disgusted. I want a new mayor. I want new leadership in this city.
To the extent to which policies can be developed that will lessen the number of officers that are simultaneously utilizing lethal force, I think that would be better for all involved.
It is unclear when or if additional body camera footage will be released. Meanwhile, the city's curfew will remain in effect until further notice. The 19-year-old accused of plotting to kidnap and kill a former classmate and her family wants his charges dismissed, but a Dane County judge says no.
Gabriel Savage appeared in court just a few hours ago. He faces several charges, including attempted homicide and attempted sexual assault. Police say a written manifesto also outlined plans to kill and rape a former classmate and her sister and then kill himself. Brady Mallory joins us with why the judge isn't granting Savage's request. Brady?
Well, Savage's attorney filed 2 motions to dismiss his charges, and they argue prosecutors did not do enough to prove Savage intended to harm the woman and her family, and alleged plans laid out in the journal should be protected speech under the First Amendment, and did not prove intent. Judge David Conway ruled the district attorney's office did provide enough probable cause to proceed with the case, and also denied the motion about the journal.
Second, the state has also alleged sufficient facts to show that the defendant took acts toward the commission of the crime, which demonstrated unequivocally, under all circumstances, that he had formed the intent and would commit the crime except for intervention of another person.
Police said they found Savage on March 20th wearing all black and carrying handcuffs, a semi-automatic rifle, and ammunition while sitting in a vehicle near the family's home. He was later rearrested on the new charges after authorities found the journal. Savage will be back in court on July 15th.
Brady, thank you. Jury selection started today for the trial of a man accused of beating and stabbing his mother and dog to death at their Iowa County home. Sean Pickett on trial for 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide in the death of his mother, Susan Pickett, and 1 count of mistreatment of animals in the death of his dog, Chico. Pickett told investigators he stabbed his mother in the throat multiple times and beat her with a metal bar. His trial is expected to last the week.
Well, whether it's abortion or gun control, the filibuster continues to be front and center in those policy debates.
And depending on who represents Wisconsin in the U.S. Senate next year, it could shape whether the filibuster remains in place. Political reporter Will Keneally sat down with some of the candidates on where they stand. Will?
So when candidates speak to voters on the campaign trail, they say gun violence continues to be front of mind for them.
I'll tell you, people bring up the issue of gun violence before I even get a chance to.
And that was even before yesterday's mass shooting in a Chicago suburb that has left at least 7 dead and 24 injured.
People are operating with this sense of anxiety, with this feeling of hopelessness, this feeling of fear that they have just existing in their own communities.
And what has become a recent proxy for Democrats, support of things like gun control or abortion rights, means ending the filibuster to make that happen.
We took a first step with the legislation that was passed in the Senate and the House and signed by the president, but we need to be able to do more.
And in the wake of the Uvalde shooting, Democrats in the Senate were able to pass gun control legislation due to a compromise with Republicans. One party could do more going forward with a simple 50-vote majority.
We need to be able to make sure that we're banning assault weapons. We need universal background checks.
The margin is close right now. Only a handful of conservative Democrats are blocking the push to end the filibuster. Among the leading Democrats in the primary, all support ending the filibuster. If one of them replaces Ron Johnson this fall, it would get Democrats closer to eliminating the rule.
Filibuster has held us back from so much progress. The will of the people is not being realized.
When you're elected, you should be able to do the things that you were elected to do.
When 80% of Wisconsinites want common sense gun safety legislation, we have an obligation to get that done in the U.S. Senate.
And those candidates will face each other in an August 9th primary.
Well, thank you. And breaking in the last hour, Kevin Nicholson is suspending his run for governor. He had been running as a Republican, going head-to-head with Rebecca Clayfish, Tim Michaels, and Tim Ramthun. He said in a statement that he, quote, won't be endorsing any other Republican before the primary in August.
Next at 5 southern Wisconsin, under a severe thunderstorm watch, Dana has the very latest.
Plus, 4 Vietnam War veterans received the honor of a lifetime. Their story after the break. And the Dane County Farmers Market is on the move this weekend. We'll tell you why coming up at 6.
And the markets open the week after the holiday with mixed results. The Dow falls 129.5. The NASDAQ adds more than 194. The S&P 500 added a half dozen. We'll be right back.
Protecting your home starts at the top. If your shingles are torn, cracked, and flying off in the wind, it can cause leaks that lead to costly repairs. So make the switch to Erie Metal Roofing. Get one-day installation on the last roof you'll ever need. And there's no shortage in our supply chain, so we can turn your job around quickly. Erie is A+ rated with the BBB. More than 2,000 excellent reviews online. And now take advantage of this special offer. Call 1-800-966-4500 during this program and receive a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. We've helped thousands of homeowners afford a new metal roof. Call today for an estimate as soon as tomorrow. And don't miss this opportunity. Receive a 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing system purchase from Erie Metal Roofing. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
We would never hit 12 drunk. Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
With eye care, the medicine you need may cost less than ever before. New in 2022, you pay a $0 copay for all of your Medicare-eligible Part D drugs up to the coverage gap. Then your cost will be the typical extra help copay amount. You'll also receive up to $2,500 in dental benefits and $300 in vision benefits. Call the Eye Care Benefits Helpline for a free consultation to get all the benefits you're entitled to. Rest easy. Eye Care is looking out for you and your health.
Stay cool like the cat and get the year-round lasting protection that Owens Corning Roofing delivers. Right now at Menards, get 11% off all Owens Corning shingles.
Tonight at 6, another stormy evening expected. We'll time out when this line will completely clear through our area.
Then we speak to a witness of the shooting at Highland Park as he recounts the moments when time stood still. That's coming up tonight at 6.
Want to know what the weather is like right now where you live? Download the First Warn Weather app and I'll give you my hour-by-hour forecast.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. watching News 3 Now at 5.
Ambassadors of the 30 existing members of NATO have formally signed off on adding Finland and Sweden to the group. It now goes to each nation for legislative approval, which could still hit a snag in Turkey, where its president says lawmakers there could still block the process, even though the nation signed a memorandum of understanding last week at a Madrid summit. President Biden awards 4 men who fought in Vietnam, the nation's highest honor, for their military service.
The president praised their service more than 50 years later, saying time has not diminished their bravery. Deborah Alfarone has more from the White House.
At the White House, President Biden gave the Medal of Honor to 4 Vietnam War-era soldiers who went beyond the call of duty.
Today, we're setting the record straight. We're upgrading the awards of 4 soldiers who performed acts of incredible heroism.
Staff Sergeant Edward Kanashiro's son, John, received the award on his behalf. Kanashiro was shot and killed in battle 4 months after bravely repelling an attack on his unit in 1966.
I know that no award can ever make up for the loss of your father, but I hope today that you take some pride and comfort in knowing his valor is finally receiving the full recognition it has always deserved.
From 1968 through 1972, Specialist 5 Dwight Birdwell, Specialist 5 Dennis Fujii, and Major John Duffy all put themselves in harm's way to repel enemy attacks on their units, rejecting medical treatment for their injuries, while allowing other wounded troops to flee to safety. During the ceremony, President Biden gave a nod to the federal government's efforts to review the service of Asian Americans, Native Americans, and Pacific Islanders, noting the diverse backgrounds of Tuesday's honorees.
For those who give their best for our country, we'll always, always give our best to you.
Since taking office, President Biden has also awarded the Medal of Honor to 4 other service members. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Today's ceremony comes just days after the death of Herschel Woody Williams, who was the last surviving Medal of Honor recipient for his service in World War II. He will lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol later this week. Extreme heat and the possibility of thunderstorms tonight. Dana joins us now with the very latest. Dana?
We're already seeing that first line of thunderstorms popping up. Here's a live look over Madison, looking south right now. So we're seeing that dark sky forming overhead. Again, south of Madison, that's where the line is forming from Lone Rock all the way through Janesville, just building in together over the last hour or so. Well off to the west, we're seeing the main event here through parts of Iowa and Minnesota. A lot of hail with that area, and already seeing a few severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings pop up. As we look ahead to the next 3 hours, you can see how that main area pushes into Wisconsin, but we're also expecting this leading line to continue to bloom and bring more thunderstorms in front of it. And that might be some good news for us later. If we have these showers pop up over the next hour or two, that's going to zap some of that moisture, make things just a little bit more stable before that next round really builds in. So again, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch throughout southern Wisconsin until midnight, with that line and that next round expected to come through. This is all along a stationary front that isn't really dividing our temperatures much, but you can see the wind converging right along the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. So these storms travel along the frontal boundary over the next several hours, and then things will likely clear up as we look ahead to early tomorrow morning. But we're not out of the woods for our storm chances this week. We'll stay stormy overnight. We'll have a few more opportunities for thunderstorms as we look ahead to Wednesday and Thursday, possibly even on Friday. Humid conditions through the week, even as temperatures pull back a little bit below average. Got a lot of moisture right now for the start of July. It stays humid for us for the next several days. As we look ahead to the weekend, bit of good news for Saturday and Sunday. We're back to sunshine, some really pleasant temperatures and dry conditions. Breaking down this over the next few hours, that line in front of us, or what's going on right now, continues to bloom, and then that next round of heavy rainfall builds in closer as we get closer to about 9-10 o'clock for our westernmost counties. This goes on until about midnight. By tomorrow morning, we're expecting to see a few showers, possibly a few showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, but that's really going to depend on how strong this line comes through tonight as. So we'll be keeping a close eye on tomorrow. Right now, we have the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms, but that might dry up a little bit more if a lot of this rain comes through overnight. By Thursday, notice we start the day off in the mid-60s. Right now, it looks like we'll have the possibility for some showers and thunderstorms building in yet again later in the evening. Rainfall totals tonight are really going to climb up. We have these steady showers right now, and that heavier band of rain coming through later this evening, so I wouldn't be surprised if large portions of southwestern Wisconsin land in that 2 to 3 inch range. Some isolated areas could easily creep up over that 3-inch boundary. So we're talking about heavy rainfall, the possibility for flash flooding this evening with these thunderstorms building in. For tomorrow, high temperatures will be in the upper 70s. It will be cooler outside, but it's still going to be humid, and all of that moisture could lead to some more showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday afternoon and evening. We'll stay close to 80 for afternoon highs through the weekend. Dry and sunny for Saturday and Sunday, in the middle 80s on Monday with a few more shower and thunderstorm chances. And by the back half of next week, it does look like we'll fall into a drier pattern, a bit more sunshine with highs in the low 80s. Take a quick look at traffic right now. Some good news. We don't have any accidents popping up. Eastbound along the Beltline, though, things slowing down quite a bit. Westbound, a little slow near Fish Hatchery Road, and then it picks back up once you get closer to Todd Drive. Downtown Janesville, all nice and green, and north and southbound along the interstate, smooth sailing. From the Beltline to Janesville, 24 minutes. Middleton to Sauk City, 16 minutes. And downtown to Sun Prairie, an 18-minute drive this evening. We're going to continue to keep a close eye on radar, though, as those storms continue to pop up for us tonight. Susan?
All right, keep us posted. Thank you, Dana. Well, he was the last person families who gathered at a park in Green Bay were expecting to see, but even behind the shades and a trimmer beard, there was no denying who stopped by for a rare summer visit. Santa Claus. Santa said he stopped by to help his friends at Green Bay Santa Incorporated. The group is a nonprofit that formed during the pandemic to bring holiday cheer to families in need. This past weekend, the group organized a food truck rally fundraiser, and Santa insisted on lending a hand. Organizers say what started as a gesture to help the community get through COVID has now become something of a tradition to keep the spirit of goodwill going all year long.
A little warm in these parts.
A little warm, that's for sure. Coming up, a new way to do your grocery shopping is starting to catch on in certain parts of the country, but will shoppers be willing to change their habits? We'll have that story coming up next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When severe weather rolls in, you need a roof that will keep your family safe and dry. That's where Erie Metal Roofing can help. Get a lifetime of protection that won't warp, crack, or rot. The Erie Metal Roofing system is durable and stands up to heavy rain, hail, high wind, even fire. And we can install in as little as 1 day.
Well, I've dealt with a lot of roofers. I mean, this is probably one of 15 houses I've built over my lifetime. And it's definitely the best company I've ever worked with.
Get the last roof you'll ever need. You'll be surprised how affordable metal roofing is. Plus, now, with your Erie Metal Roofing System purchase, you'll receive a 60-inch HD TV at no additional charge. Stay up to date on the latest weather or your favorite shows. Just be sure you call during this program for this special offer. That's a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of the Erie Metal Roofing System. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
Visiting DePaco Credit Union was the thing that started all this.
We had a lot of student loan debt, low credit scores for bad decisions we had made in our younger years.
We thought it was the point where you could never come back from it. We've always wanted to own our own restaurant, so I just kind of floated the idea like, oh, I found this food truck.
I was like, yeah, let's try it. DePaco helped us so much with just putting everything together.
Definitely life-changing for us.
What we have right now would not have been possible without DePaco Credit Union.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer, I love it, and 200 team member, oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items. Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Meet Ron. That man is always on. And he's on it with Jardiance for type 2 diabetes. His underhand sky serve, on fire. His grilling game, on point. And his A1C, Ron is on it with the once daily pill Jardiance. Jardiance not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardiance may help you lose some weight.
Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once-daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
On it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. A quick first warn weather update. We have a severe thunderstorm warning right now for central Greene County and southwestern Rock County. This goes until 6 p.m. We've had some reports of quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So again, the severe thunderstorm close to Albany or near Evansville. It's moving southeast at about 15 miles per hour. This is our first severe thunderstorm warning for Rock and Greene County. We do still have that severe thunderstorm watch until midnight as this entire line continues to move through. Eric?
All right, Dana, thank you. More plastic-free, zero-waste grocery stores are popping up. They're starting to make a difference as they catch on with more shoppers.
But it's a little more work to avoid the waste that you need to grab things from large bins and put them in jars to take home. Food industry experts know it will be an adjustment for some.
I think you could see more coming up in certain geographic areas where you have high urban density and you have a consumer who's willing to go through a greater degree of inconvenience for that.
So it will take some changing of consumer behaviors. Owners of the stores believe it will catch on, hoping individual habits will lead to collective change.
We'll have a final check of what's happening in the weather in just a moment. Stay with us.
If your roof is 10 years old or older and the shingles are deteriorating and leaking, it's not your fault, it's the asphalt. Immediate relief is available with one call to Erie Metal Roofing. Get a lifetime of protection against wind, rain, hail, and heat with the most energy-efficient roofing system we've ever offered. And it may qualify you for a discount on your homeowner's insurance. Beautiful, insulated, stone-coated metal roofing backed with a lifetime warranty. See the before and after difference. Be sure you ask about our one-day installation. Get the last roof you'll ever need. And time's running out to call and receive a 60-inch HD TV with your purchase of an Erie Metal Roofing system. Visit online at eriemetalroofs.com. And remember, it's your last chance to call during this program for the 60-inch HD TV with your metal roofing system purchase from Erie. Call 1-800-966-4500. That's 1-800-966-4500.
Incredible deals. Get 25% off our low Slumberland price. Huge markdowns. Plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Politicians have been threatening it. Now the Supreme Court's done it, triggering a ban on nearly all abortions in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. And Senator Ron Johnson sided with them on overturning Roe v. Wade, punishing doctors and hurting people, putting our health and reproductive rights in danger. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to protect us, not punish us.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward? Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book? How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Let's get back to Dana.
We do have a severe thunderstorm warning right now for Rock and Greene counties that goes until 6 o'clock. We've heard reports of quarter-sized hail and some pretty significant wind. The whole line stretching from Lone Rock through Janesville right now, moving southeast. A severe thunderstorm watch in effect until midnight for southern Wisconsin. As we look ahead to the next several days, notice that temperature-wise, it's going to stay pretty close to 80. We'll have sunshine for Saturday and Sunday, and then dry yet again by the back half of next week.
And we'll have more updates in a half hour. News 3 now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.